Strauss from Activa. Hi, Sally.
Hi, Joyce. How wonderful it is to be back with you.
I'm so glad that you were able to come back and share with us some more of your wonderful information about drying flowers. You know, there's this beautiful wreath that you did that was done with silica gel, and I want you to tell me a little bit about it.
Well, that entire wreath, flowers and foliage, were done with silica gel. And everything is very soft and very supple, and it's very delicate. And if you bump those leaves, they're going to crush.
Uh-oh.
But today, we're going to learn a process, a systemic process, which is a liquid.
Now, what does the word systemic mean?
It means a liquid that is drawn up into the veins and capillaries of the plant through the stems. And you do that by crushing about 2 inches of a stem or the little end of a leaf. And then you put it in this liquid, you heat the liquid to speed the absorption.
I see. So this makes it real soft when we're all finished.
It stays very soft and very supple, like a lady's kid glove.
Oh, that's wonderful. I would love to have you show us exactly what we do to work with this liquid.
Well, I'll be happy to. Here is a beech leaf, and here is a piece of ivy. First, you want to take a hammer and crush a little bit.
Oh, why do we do that? Because?
That just opens up the stem if you have a very woody stem.
I see.
And the one thing you should remember, this is a foliage preserver. It is not for flowers.
Well, good.
It will not do rosies. There are a couple flowers that it will do, and I will explain that later.
Yeah, but we
basically
have the silica gel to do the roses with, don't we? Okay.
Yes, but basically this is for green plants and green plant material. Let's put our leaves in. And you can heat this, and the easiest way to heat this to 130 degrees is like the old-fashioned way of heating a baby bottle. Just put a little water in a pan, sit this down, and just let it get warm. And then you want to pour it into, use a heat-proof container, pour it in, and you want the leaves to be covered. Now, I would suggest not making more than 3 layers of leaves.
But we can put more than just this one layer in there.
Yes, you can put more than the 1 layer. And this particular process takes 7 days to 3 weeks.
Now, can I mix different types of leaves? I see you've mixed these too, so that means I can.
You can.
What if they float? Do I have to put weight on this or something like that?
Yes, you can use a plate, or you can use a little rock or a glass jar, anything to keep them, because you want to keep them under the surface of the liquid material.
Now, should I cover this when I store it?
No, you just leave it. And people worry about keeping the water hot. Once it is initially heated, and you do not then have to keep the water hot or reheat.
I see.
It just cools, and by that time, the absorption to the important parts of the plant have been speeded along.
Now, are there other things other than foliage? Can I do like seeds or anything like that, or berries?
You can do berries. Here is an example of a barberry that's been done. And you see how nice and soft they are. They're not falling off. Another thing that works quite well is bittersweet.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's a very popular foliage that you find. I know I've seen it in Arkansas and in many of the Midwest states.
Yes, it is. It's a wonderful parasite. It is absolutely.
Oh, is that what it is?
It is. It really is a parasite, but it is gorgeous in the fall.
And so you just take the bittersweet, smash the
stem, and then you would just stand that right up in a jar of liquid.
Oh, I see. So and then
just leave it.
Leave it there. Now, are there other types of things that are on stems that you do that with, or is it just berries only?
Well, you can do rose hips.
Oh, so that you could use that in like a fall arrangement or something of that type.
Or you can do pachysandra, laurel leaves, magnolia.
I know I've seen magnolia done. It changes color though, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Now that is the one thing about a systemic process. You're going to get a change in color eventually. They're going to be bronzes, russets, and mahogany colors.
I see. And then that color will stay forever?
Yes.
Do you have an idea of what the length of, how long will this preserved item last?
Well, as long as you would like to keep it. It's there. It will be there, you know, 5, 6, 10 years down the road.
How do we clean this?
You would clean it with a damp cloth, just a paper towel with some water.
I see.
And the nice thing, once these leaves have accepted a systemic liquid, you could put them in an arrangement of fresh flowers, and they will not accept any more water.
Oh, so they don't...
They will not suck up the water from your floral arrangement.
And in a humid climate or a dry climate, doesn't make any difference?
No, that has no effect. It does with silica gel. With this foliage preserver, no.
Okay, let's talk about the arrangements that we have on the table. This little one over here with the yellow flowers, why don't you tell me what the flowers are in here?
Remember I told you there were a couple flowers that could be done? That is one of them, goldenrod.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And that really, foliage preserver seals the goldenrod, and it will not fly all over.
So you wouldn't be allergic to it?
No, it doesn't go to seed. It just works beautifully. The other yellow is tansy, which is an herb. And down below that is a mountain hydrangea.
Oh,
I think it's called
beautiful.
mountaintop hydrangea. And you know, hydrangeas dry naturally, but they're always shedding. If you preserve them with foliage preserver, you see how supple that is?
Oh, it is.
And it's not cracking and breaking the way hydrangea normally does.
Now, how did you do the hydrangea? Did you submerge it in the liquid?
No, you crush the stem with the hammer and sit it in the liquid.
I
just
see. So
as you would any branch stem material.
So it drinks up
It
the
drinks.
liquid. It drinks up the liquid.
It drinks up the liquid.
Now, I know there's some, there's the berries in here.
Yes, the barberry's in there, and also my favorite, bittersweet.
And that's this one right over
Yes.
here. Well, this is just lovely. I noticed you put this arrangement in a little wood box and tied it with the raffia.
With the raffia, I was thinking of subtle earth tones. I didn't want a great riot of color.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, also the wreath that's on the table over here, the wreath with the roses. You've used some of these wonderful pieces of ivy that you've done in
This
here.
is a combination, but this ivy was done with the foliage preserver.
I see.
And it's you can see how soft and supple.
And the roses were done with silica gel.
They were done with silica gel, and you see how delicate.
Well, I want everybody to see a beautiful piece that you've brought along. I'm going to bring it over onto the table here because it is really magnificent. We're going to talk about this and tell people all about it. Before I do that, though, I want you to see what we did this on. It's on an arch. It's on a vine arch. And now we'll let Sally tell you exactly what we have here.
This is juniper, and foliage preserver does very, very well for short-needled evergreens. It does not preserve pine well. Long-needled things just don't preserve that well, but this does beautifully. I wish our viewers could smell this. It smells like Christmas.
It certainly does. It's just wonderful. I love the color of it and the texture.
And you see how soft, and it's not brittle, it's not snapping. See how easily it bends?
That's amazing. That's just amazing.
And it's nice. This eucalyptus has also been preserved and with the foliage preserver.
These then were stood up in the liquid when they were done. The green is just amazing here. It really is pretty. Now we've also added some roses.
Yes.
And these were done with silica gel.
Those were done, and it's nice to combine the two methods.
Well, it certainly is. It's just lovely. It really looks pretty. Now, I do know that we could continue putting roses in, and we would just simply use some glue and add them in, just like so. But I want to show people how to what it looks like with a bow. Before we do any more on this piece,
Yes, that picks up the colors of the roses beautifully.
You can see, you can change
You change the whole look
to it. And you know, you'd simply make a lovely bow and wind it through the foliage. Of course, you'd glue it in place and everything. But for right now, let's take it back out because I think we can add some more roses. We might like to. And you'd use that, your glue, your bamboo stick.
I prefer a white craft glue.
Here, let me take this out. It's kind of in your way. And you just stick some roses throughout the foliage. Now, because viewers might not know how you stuck this in the vine wreath, did you do it with glue or what did you do it with?
Actually, the juniper was wired to a floral pick.
I see. I thought I saw one down
And
there.
then the floral picks were stuck into the vine wreath.
Now, did you glue the floral picks in, or did they?
No, they were.
Because of the little spikes on the end of the floral
because of the spikes, they hold in the wreath.
Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. Now, how long did it take you to preserve? You have to leave this in for?
It is 7 days to 3 weeks, and some material like this, I really would say 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be on the safe side.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. You just put it in a corner, or?
You can put it in a cool, dark place.
I see.
As in any preserving method, bright light is your worst enemy.
I see.
So you want to give it a good start, a good healthy start, so just a nice, cool place with subdued lighting.
Now, I'm going to bring up another subject. How about weeds? Can you do weeds in something like this?
You certainly can.
Because a lot of people create lovely fall arrangements and things like that with items that they've gone out into the country and gathered. And this would be perfect. It would probably turn this lovely golden yellow, wouldn't it?
Yes, it will turn that color, but it will always be so nice and soft and supple.
Well, this is just amazing. I can't tell you how interesting this is. I know when we would go out in the country, the leaves from the fall and everything that on the trees would be just wonderful. You could do some beautiful flower arrangements and decorations.
Well, you can do individual leaves, and the fun thing is to visit New England in the fall when the maple leaves.
Oh, I bet they're beautiful.
And you can
get all the colors,
those.
and now those colors would stay?
They will stay for a period of time, and then say after 3 or 4 years that you're going to have a very delicate. You're going to have your russets, your mahoganies,
I see.
and your burgundies.
They will fade.
Yes.
Well, that's amazing. Now, this liquid, how long does it last? I mean, if I use it, I can reuse it over and over again.
You can reuse it until it is gone. Until it's all gone.
Gone,
yes.
But like, say now, I've done my leaves and everything, and I still had lots left. I pour it back into the container.
You would pour it back in here, and then the next time you would reheat it.
And use it again.
And use it again.
And in storing it, I just simply keep it in the container with a lid on it.
Yeah, keep it in the container with the lid on it in a cool place.
And use it again. Well, that's wonderful. I cannot tell you how interesting this is, because I know that people love to do dried flowers. And we've had a wonderful time talking about the silica gel. Now we have the preserving liquid, and it's amazing. I know I've always wondered how things stay so soft, and thanks to you, this has been just a real treat. I can't say how much fun we've had to you. It's just been delightful.
Well, I have enjoyed this, and I hope that I have showed your viewers another way of preserving nature's beauty.
Well, I know we're going to ask you back again, that's for sure, because you have so much information for us that it's just great. The host is